Hello everyone. Today we discuss on linguistic relativity and description words unique to Spanish that do not exist in English. While Spanish is a Romance language and English a Germanic language, they still belong to the same language family, Indo-European. Also, we could observe that the Spanish and the English language hold many similarities. First, they both use the Roman alphabet. This means they have similar phonemic and phonological foundation. Second, about 30% to 40% of the words in English have a related word in Spanish. Because of the similar sound and even appearance and meaning in Spanish and English words, it is relatively easy for a native speaker of one language to learn the other. Despite the similarities, however, there are still some words and phrases in Spanish that do not exist or do not have a direct translation in English. One must also consider that language helps an individual compartmentalize and rationalize the world around them. This presentation would be about the words that are used in the Spanish language but do not exist in the English language, and what it tells about the Spanish culture or the Spanish perspective on relationships and affection. As we learn in this course, linguistic determinism is the idea that language and its structures limit and determine human knowledge or thought, as well as thought processes such as categorization, memory, and perception. Linguistic determinism states that society is in some way confined by its language, that language actually determines thought and culture. Linguistic relativity, on the other hand, is its weak version. It states that one's language influences one's view of the world but does not determine it. It is not unknown that the Spanish language has a lot of romantic phrases. The Spanish people even make it to the top spot on CNN's list on the world's most romantic nationalities. With the romantic culture, it is not a surprise to find words and romantic phrases exclusive to the Spanish language that do not exactly exist in the English language. The first phrase is te quiero. In English, we have the sentences I like you and I love you. Te quiero means something in between these two English phrases. It is more than I like you, but it is not quite I love you. It seems the Spanish language has more levels in relationships than other cultures because it has the word amigovio. This word refers to a person who is more than a friend but less than a boyfriend. The next phrase is me cae bien. The Spanish language truly is more specific with expressions of affection or fondness, because while English only has the phrase I like you to apply to all people, the Spanish language has I like you in a friendly way or not in a romantic sense. Another word that does not have a direct translation in English is mimoso, which means craving for physical love. With all these words and phrases that occur or exist in the Spanish language, basing on the theory of linguistic relativity, how do they influence the worldview of the Spanish people? The terms and phrases discussed reveal that the Spanish culture acknowledges the different levels in romantic relationships. Instead of a black and white perspective on romance and affection, the Spanish language supports different levels and different gray areas in relationships, such as amigovio, which does not mean friend and does not mean lover, or te quiero, which does not mean I like you and does not mean I love you either. With the theory of linguistic relativity, we identify and acknowledge the richness of the Spanish culture and perspective when it comes to relationships and affection. This is confirmed by claims that the Spanish people are among the most romantic and passionate people in the world.